Welcome to episode 2 of Thief. Now, where we previously left off is our hero, Geralt, ended up losing his memory, and now he's being carried away by these guys over here.
Pace yourself, boy. We just need to get him to the clock tower, safe and sound, and then we'll be rosy. Where's this car going? Baker's in Stone Market.
Oh, just smacked him right in the face. Hey guy, English motherfucker, do you speak it?
Fucking beggars. Makes you miss the old watch.
I love the steampunk vibe they got going on here.
The voices. Stop the nightmare. The gloom's getting worse.
Everywhere except Oldale. Someone should do something.
Nobody gives a shit about us, boy. You'll learn that soon enough.
All he cares about is progress. You want to see more of these bloody pipes everywhere?
You are the boss. That's enough.
Do you? That's not food for our bellies. That's not medicine for the sick.
Yeah, guy. This shit's obvious.
Don't think you're safe because you got a job shoveling shit for the rich. The Baron has a noose for every one of us.
Oh boy.
But change is coming. Orion is going to bring change. The Baron will burn. See? They're scared of the truth.
Keep your head down.
You there? Who are you speaking with?
None of your business. Just smacks him in the face. Oh, that would suck to be that guy. I'd be like, ah, fuck this, man. Oh, he does. He's totally ditching it. If I was the guard, though, you know, he's like, who are you talking to? Smacks him in the face and runs. Wouldn't you want to check in the cart? Thankfully, they didn't, though, because our hero would have been captured and probably hung by neck. Why do they say hung by neck until death? It's like, obviously, we're going to hang him by the feet. Is that going to kill him? I suppose you have to specify during these times. Everyone was pretty unintelligent. Well, on average.
Don't let him get away. I'm right behind you, scum.
So let's get out of here and discover what happened. Looks like we're going to head to the clock tower so that we can figure out what's all going on. Gotta be quiet. Oh. I will be doing another playthrough where I do not kill a single person. This playthrough is kind of just a test run of the game. So don't expect me to be a ghost or anything spectacular at this point. This is mainly to demonstrate what it would be like when you play through initially and you aren't very crafty at the game. Now, apparently, somehow, Geralt has lost his memory through, I don't know, he probably got, like, punched in the face by concrete falling on him. So, you know, his brain was like, whoa, and then everyone else was like, whoa, and then Geralt was like, I don't remember. Yeah, something like that. And grab that gear. All right, where are we going? See, there's a ladder there, because that's useful now. Looks like this is the path. Gotta check around, make sure we don't miss any valuables. I'm not really a fan of how things are placed in this game, because it's like, alright, if there was like a golden cup just hanging around on the streets, there are so many people in poverty in this universe, and it would, you know, how would a gold cup stay there? How would it be like some guy not be like, holy shit, there's dinner. I'm going to grab that and sell it. You know? Just like this guy's doing right here. Someone leaves a gold cup just sitting out, or a fucking pair of scissors for some reason. They're valuable. Oh, listen to this guy. Inciting curfew. Martial law has been declared by some villain named the Baron. Alright. Actually, I have something to mention to my viewers that I recently found out that I thought was preposterous. Alright. The Xbox One does not, I repeat, does not have the feature to rip a CD to it. I tried it. Alright, the other day I was like, awesome. Alright, I want to take my music and I want to rip it onto there. No, you have to. The only way you can play music that you own is if you connect your PC up to the Xbox One. And get this, as far as I've read so far, to my knowledge, it says that you have to have a Windows 8 operating system. So not only do I have to have a fucking operating system that costs about, what, 300, 400, whatever Microsoft is charging for it, I also cannot rip things onto a system that is next gen. You have to be kidding me. Well, I'm stuck with it, so I might as well do things with it, you know. They got some good games coming out for it, so, you know, the features that it's lacking, I'm sure they're going to put out an update where you can rip a CD onto your Xbox One. But the point is, initially they should have thought of these things. One of the most important things that a lot of gamers do is listen to music while they play their game, especially FPS players. It's nonsense. Oh man, gotta be quiet. Yeah, it looks like Windows 8 Pro is $200, so I overshot the price a little bit. But either way, $200 just so I can stream my music from my computer to my fucking Xbox One? I don't know. Seems a little crazy to me. And I'm sure all of you can agree. Don't be discouraged by what I'm saying about the Xbox One. Don't be like, oh, it's a garbage system. It's not a garbage system necessarily. I mean, it has really cool features, especially the voice navigation of the console. I really enjoy that. Also, being able to pause your game without even touching your controller is pretty cool. You just say Xbox pause, bam, Xbox paused. I'm not sure if all games are integrating this. I don't know if Thief does. I know Thief has voice commands. But games like Dead Rising 3, you can say Xbox pause or pause, and then you can navigate through the menu with your voice. It's pretty interesting. I'm actually going to be doing a video of the voice navigation pretty soon, so make sure to subscribe and like this video if you enjoy Thief. If I don't get a good response on a series, I usually will discontinue that series. Especially with this game, my overall, I'd say, overall, I don't really know if I like Thief. Mainly because they didn't integrate the ability to actually be a predator. I mean, you can knock people out, but the combat system is a sham. And I'm not really a fan of it. You gotta sneak around up here. Who's this guy down here? Oh, and you're done. See, that's awesome. I like that. Being able to drop down, knock them out, that's cool. But once you get into combat with more than one, things get a little dicey. But also, a thing to keep in mind is that this game isn't really meant to be played as a, what is it? As a fighting game. I mean, that's why it's called Thief. And I want players who are going into that to know that. It's called Thief for a reason. It's not Assassin's Creed. You're not going to be killing people left and right without some skill. Probably using a bow would be the best option to kill people with. I like the lock picking system though. Once you get good at it, you can get really quick. It just right through that lock, picked it, done, move on, and it really just it makes you feel like you're a thief. So they accomplished that, and that's what I appreciate about this game. So, tip of the hat to you. And really, any company or anyone who's familiar with the game Deus Ex, the guys who made Thief were actually the guys who made Deus Ex as well. And Deus Ex is one of the better stealth games I've ever played. And again, that game isn't really meant to be played as a shooter. I mean, you can, but it's just not as fun. And the game doesn't play as well. It's not meant to be played as a shooter. And this isn't meant to be played as a game where you kill people. I mean, they have the option, but I think that's why they didn't really progress with it, is because they didn't intend the game to be that way. Which is fine. And this guy, he's sleeping. I'm scared out of my pants right now. I'm just going to back away and act like nothing happened. Alright, looks like we still got some more stuff we can grab. Gotta grab everything you can. Get all the money you possibly can. Oh man. It's like one of the most disappointing feelings. An empty drawer. Just gotta take that body and... yeah. Alright, we found a register drawer. I think I may have collected everything. Now, let's check these last few drawers, and I think I've officially robbed these people blind. Alright. Of course. It's a good thing I went in through the way I did then. Looks like the streets are being patrolled. Alright, let's move it on. See what else we got. Oh man, trying to step on eggshells here, or trying not to step on eggshells rather. Trying to make sure that I proceed with caution to every room, which is a good advice for this game because you never know who's going to be there. Thankfully this guy's sleeping. For those of you viewers out there who are interested in metal, I'm in a band out of Wisconsin called Someday I Could Kill, aka Sick. We have an album coming out. Let's see. It should be around this month, next month, 2014 April. And it's It's going to be on iTunes, Rhapsody, all that fun stuff. Otherwise, it could be found. We have a link to it on our Facebook, which is facebook.com/someday I could kill. Really easy to find, and especially if you're metal listeners, we kind of have a similar sound to, not to toot our own horns, and this is a gracious, I think, an analogy or reference rather. We sound similar to a little bit of Pantera, a little bit of Lamb of God, and then a little bit of Chuck Schundler vocals in there. For those of you who aren't familiar with Chuck Schundler, he's one of the greater guitar gods of a band called Death. And he also was in a side band called Control Denied. Really good stuff. Recommend looking that up. This lady, I do not know how she hasn't heard us. Like, how has she not heard us? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm standing right behind you. I'm like trifling through drawers and stuff. I was laying in my bed one time when I was younger, right? All right, laying. Lights are out. I open my eyes for a second. I see a shadow in the corner of my eye. I just boom right up. Turn on the lights. A centipede's crawling on the ground. Like, you're telling me that this chick is so unaware that she can't hear a guy who's like what? Geralt's probably about 5'5", between 5'5", 6 feet. And I suppose he's wearing light clothing, but I can't hear a guy trifling through drawers and stuff. Oh, man. I guess the rich have the what is it? The ability to just not care about their surroundings. Which you think would be the opposite. Who knows? This is nonsense. I don't even know where I am right now. It's crazy. It's another thing about this game. I never know where I'm going. I'm surprised I've kept on the straight and forward this whole time. I don't even know where the fuck I am right now. Whose house is this? Oh, man. I love situations like this. Sneaking around in the dark. Let's try to make sure these bastards don't see us. I love the peak. It's pretty cool. Let's see if we can sneak right. Yeah! Alright, we got past them. We're in the shadows now. We should be good. I'm going to try to avoid taking that guy down just in case the guards come down this alleyway. I don't want them discovering the body. I think for the most part we should be good now that we're on the roof. Yep, looks like we are. Achievement unlocked. Alright, I didn't do too bad. Recently, there was a troll on the internet about hoverboards. Well, for those of you who were tricked by it, it was a troll. So, it didn't. They're not really making hoverboards, sadly. Although it was quite convincing until you saw the shirts. They had poles on them. You could see the shirt rising. If you look at the footage before the interview and then you look at it after, it became pretty obvious. And plus, during the video, like, Christopher Lloyd, it said that he was in only Back to the Future 2, and I was like, what's up with this? Are they doing that to just fuck with me? Because he was not only in Back to the Future 2, he was in Back to the Future 1 through 3. So, I don't know. Fucking thumbs up for Back to the Future. That was probably one of the best fucking series I've ever seen, aside from the original Star Wars series. Maybe Lord of the Rings could fit in there. I'm not too sure if it can make the cut, although Lord of the Rings is awesome. Okay. This guy leads a shadowy life.
Jennifer.
I don't know if they should have gone with him losing his memory. I think it's kind of stupid. It's such a frequently used element in stories similar to this. And it kind of takes away from the originality. Just checking to make sure we got everything. Although I don't think anything new would be in here. Gonna go to the Stone Market City. I just had the most epic yawn of my life. It was like super silent. It was pretty intense. It blew my fucking mind. I throw rocks at these guys just constantly. Just chuck a rock at one of them, wait a few minutes, chuck a little pebble at another one. Not to hurt them, just to fuck with them. So they're like, "Hey man, you throwing shit at me?" And then they're getting little scuffs. Like, "Hey dude, stop fucking throwing shit at me. Stop it." And all of a sudden, swords are out, arms are flailing, people are screaming, fires are starting in the streets, all because of one thief throwing pebbles at two guards. Oh man. Oh man. See what we can grab. Knock this bridge down.
10 North Crests we've had. 10. And this one's the worst of the lot.
You can't blame him for the gloom.
Oh. How about that his watch of thugs in uniforms?
I don't know.
Oh, it's a 4-circle lock. Whatever the hell that means. What do the circles even represent? The tumblers?
He's so proud of his improvements that him and his firm hand haven't crossed the river in a year. Like I said, worst of the lot.
Alright, we got this open. see what's in here. Alright. That'll do. Pull that right out. Now, if you had difficulty finding that, what that does is it opens up the bars on those windows, and when you step on that pressure plate to grab that loot over there, it'll actually cause a trap to set, so if you go out the main door, you'll most likely die. Just always remember to check your surroundings. Alright, let's proceed with the main storyline. I'll stop messing around after I grab that shiny object. I feel like a crow. Crows are attracted to lustrous objects. Apparently, so are humans. Ooh, something shiny. Are we that simple? I'm so embarrassed.
What's your excuse?
I didn't like the idea of starving to death.
So why'd you join? The bitches. Why'd you join? I didn't feel like starving to death. Wait, can I change mine? Oh boy. Let's see what we got here. Alright. I think we're all alone. Let's pick this safe. See what magic we can find in here. Damn it. Alright, got one. A tool? Yeah, alright. Yeah! Yeah! It's like, safe is pretty sweet. I like unlocking it and shit. Oh, that like chick said we could do her. It was pretty sweet. And then we did. She smelled like tuna fish. And candy. It was confusing. Alright, so we got the safe open. Grabbing the gold. I was thinking about doing a series with another gamer. Him and I were both going to commentary on a specific game at the same time, or we were going to find a co-op game that we can both play and commentary on. Let me know, you as the viewer, what you'd like to see, even if it's old. And I'd be interested in doing it if there's enough people who would like it to be done. For instance, it could be even as old of a game as, hey, do a co-op series of the Gears of War. Yeah, the Gears of War trilogy. Technically, there's a fourth one now with Judgment Day. But that's just an example. I don't necessarily want to do Gears of War. But you get the point. Alright. I got sticky fingers. I got sidetracked immediately. Let's proceed. My only issue is these loading screens are a little too long. Not this one, but the initial loading screens to load up the game.
I would have went for the pickle jar basso a lot more weight.
Holy shit.
I see you still can't work a door. You don't come to see me, you don't write. I thought both you and Aaron had been killed in the
Oh boy.
mansion attack. have you been?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah, man. Don't know.
Forget it. Far be it for me to pry about where you've been for the last fucking year.
Oh, wow. Whole year gone out of his
I don't have
life.
time for this. Especially with the Baron's new duty on opium, thanks to this gloom sickness, not to mention the thief-taker general's black tax, squeezing us entrepreneurs.
I can't understand the rationale of a heroin dealer. They're sick, twisted fucks.
Sure you're up to it?
How could they, how could they like allow themselves to be so consumed by money that they
I need you
can
to obtain a ring for me.
literally watch someone die in front of their eyes every time that they give them product?
You mangy bird. I swear one day I'm gonna have you made into a hat.
Those the brains of the outfit.
I'm running out of fingers.
Ah, clever.
Good job, Bess. Good job.
Right. Belongs to a guy named Cornelius Greaves, one of those hoity-toity types who doesn't have any shit on his boots. Ah,
Hoity-toity.
here you go.
I'm gonna start calling people that.
Eh,
Sir, you are hoity-toity.
I'm a thief.
I'm what?
Not a great
You're hoity-toity.
recently deceased. My sources say he never took the ring off.
You have to say it in a creepy voice too, so he's like, what the fuck is this guy even talking about? Who am I? Where am I?
Carters pick him over. Rumor has it they've been taking bodies to that old foundry near Cinderfall, crawling with the Baron's guards for some reason. Now, best way to that place is through the old chapel. And don't screw this up, Garrett. Some of us still need to pay our dues.
You can't tax what you can't catch.
Get out of here. And you use the door, please. Still, it's good to see you.
Of course it is. I'm awesome. Girl got a problem, but a bitch ain't one.
I have something for all your nefarious needs.
Now, what I recommend to new players is to get the wrench. You want to get the wrench, you want to get the wire cutter, and you want to get the razor as soon as possible, because those things right there can give you some good stuff. For instance, the wrench you can use to open vents, so it's pretty useful, especially if you want to stay out of the open world. Pretty much hide in plain sight. Except for it's a vent. I mainly am buying these to just stock up on them just in case I ever run out and I need them. But I wouldn't recommend buying blunt arrows. I just use them for distraction. Because they do jack shit. Obviously, they're a blunt arrow. They're not going to kill someone. And they don't really knock them out either when you hit them with them. So I just use them as a distraction tool, and they seem to work pretty well. I'm talking like a fucking crazy bastard today. Holy shit! I got a comment on one of my videos, and the guy says, quote unquote, "You got a deep voice." That's all he says to me. It's like, what am I supposed to do with this information? Is that a diss? You like, hey, you got a deep voice. I don't like it. But he didn't say I don't like it. He didn't finish it. I don't know what he means.
That's the last of them.
There'll be more tomorrow.
Is he just trying to be Captain fucking obvious, or is he saying, "Oh, I appreciate your deep voice," or maybe he's saying like, "Hey,
Some push in their eyes.
your deep voice, it's gonna start a war someday, so you better knock that shit off." Who knows? It's a mystery to time.
It's a lonely night.
That's kind.
Garrett, You walk a path few would wish.
It's the only one I know.
Quite. You know what they say about me?
That you know everything that happens in this city.
Not everything. Just the important things.
Oh, the blind, like, oracle, basically.
What brings you here? Seeking my counsel?
A year ago, I was at the Northcrest Mansion. Something went wrong. What happened to me? What happened to Aaron?
None your business.
A year ago. Men who believed themselves to know best try to control something they didn't fully understand for their own ends. The balance has shifted. We can all feel it.
That's your answer.
That answer is bullshit, lady.
When my beggars found you after the accident, they thought you were dead. But you were not dead. So we healed your broken body and brought you from the city to keep you safe while we waited. But then...
Oh, he must have been in a coma.
Something began to wake you. It was time for you to return home. This city grows sick. It will tell you all in time, if you choose to listen.
I wonder how they kept people alive during that time with coma, who were in comas. Would they just die because they didn't have the proper equipment to sustain their life? Who knows? All right, let's see. Let's upgrade our stealth. That's a no-brainer. And you can return to that lady to get more focus points. But you got to pay her. So that's one of the reasons you can, the benefits actually of getting a wrench, collectibles like that. Yep, there she is. Yeah, so you just walk up to her, click on her, and then she will charge you a specific amount. In this case, the first initial is 150. That's why I shouldn't have bought all those blunt arrows and all that garbage. I should have just spec'd it into the skill points. But what's going on here? No exit. I'm trapped! Alright. Looks like we're reaching the end of this chapter.